What's good, internet? Tunji from Ceasar Graphics. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you tips on how I achieve successful label design using one of the design that I received from my group members. So let's start. I'm going to say the composition here is dull. The reason why the composition is dull is because we have things calling for attention at the same time. We have the use of high contrast color the wrong way. When I say high contrast color, I'm talking of the use of warm color. There are colors that draw attention fast. Warm colors are supposed to be used to draw the eye to the important information on the project. Now, there are times when you can use the warm color as the background, like the way this designer did here. But when you use a warm color as your background, you're supposed to use something to calm down the warm color, so people's focus goes straight to what you use to calm down the warm color. All these effects here are not, really necessary because this is not English. So I'm thinking Tabora should be honey. I don't know, but if this is honey, it's good. But if this is not honey, this project is from Tanzania, and this design is from someone from Tanzania. So if this is not honey, it means this designer did not do the right thing. You say when you're designing label projects, the idea is to create what draw people's attention to the products. Your label should not be too busy. Why? Because if you check out store shelves and you see how they arrange items on the shelf, you'll notice that they always put them next to each other. And this always make the shelf look too busy with products with different design. So when you come up with a design that is loaded with too many drama or too many information, you are going to make the viewers, the target audience, the customers, find it difficult to buy the product. Now, if you guys look at my screen here, I'm sure you guys can agree with me that most of the designs we have on this shelf here are simple designs. And the reason why most of all these brands do this is because they really want people to quickly see them. And that's the same thing you're supposed to focus on whenever you are working on label design. I know the reason why so many of you don't achieve successful product design is because you feel every design you see on the internet are successful design. No, it's not all the designs you see on the internet that are successful. There are some designs that were made or created by unprofessionals. You see, the look of the item also have something to do with the design. You don't just take content from brands or from your clients and go straight to your system and start working on the project. No, you still need to ask them, what is the bottle going to look like after having the item inside it? What's the color? And I'll show you guys why. Here, I have two different colors of honey, and I'm sure so many of you are used to this too. We have the dark and bright honey. The color I'm going to use on this is going to be different from this. And I'll tell you guys why. Contrast is also part of what you should focus on whenever you are designing a label. The color of your label should not be the same color with the item. The item should serve as a background to project the label. So watch this. If I put a label in front of this now, and I make the color of the label yellow, I'm sure you guys can agree with me that we can hardly see the orange on the bottle. If I draw another shape again, the brown is even still better, but the contrast is still not strong. This will come out better like this when it's on the screen, but when they print it, it will be difficult for people to see the label. Now, watch what's going to happen if I swap these two shapes here. If I move this to this side and move this to this side, I'm sure you all can agree with me that there's huge contrast here. So whenever you're working on a label for any brand, please always remember to ask them, can I see what the bottle looks like? Can I see when you have the item inside the bottle? Can I see what color I'm going to get? Can I see how dark or bright? You don't need to tell them this. You should just be the one to check this yourself. And this is what you're going to use as the background for the label. That even when you're defending the design, you have something to say by telling them that you decided to use this color because the color of the bottle is this. And you need a color that will contrast the color on the bottle. So if I'm to work on if I'm going to create a design for this brand now, what I'm going to do is to make the name of the item, not the name of the brand, bold on the label. Why? Because the name is what quickly call the attention of the customers, or the name is what quickly speak to the customers that, hey, look at me, I'm honey, buy me, not the name of the brand. All right, so I'm still going to use the same frame size that the designer used, and I'm going to click on image menu here and select image size, and the width of the project is 809, so I'll copy that, and the height is 1080. Then I'm going to go straight to Illustrator, and I'm going to create a new document by going to file, and I'm going to select new. I'll paste the width right there, and I'm going to change my height to 1080. I hope I'm right. And I'm going to select the create button. So I'm going to select the rectangle tool here, and I'm going to draw a rectangle shape like that. Make sure you ask the clients the frame of their preferred design. All right, so I'm going to make my corners curve, holding down shifts and select the 2 point at the top, and I'm still holding down shift on my keyboard, and I'm going to drag this like that. Good. And I'm going to select the rectangle tool again, so I'm going to draw a shape like that. All right, and I'm going to fill this layer with browns. So I'm going to double click on the color picker, and I'm going to use brown here. So I'm just going to move this down and just make this brown, because I know that I'm going to be playing with white. I'm going to go to objects and select parts and say offset part. Yes, so I'm going to change my offset here to minus, and I'm going to move this down like that. All right, so I'm just going to make this go like that, and I'm going to say okay like that. So now I have another copy of the object. Now I still feel like making the corners curve, so I'm just going to click right here and just move this up like that. Use my mouse wheel here to increase the width of the stroke like that. So I did this drawing with Photoshop, so I'm going to drag that and drop here. And the reason why I decided to use this drawing in the project is because I'm trying to make the viewers know that this item is honey. And also I decided to make the label look organic by making the spiral drawing here with the leaf. So I'm going to click and hold down on the line segment tool, and I'm going to select spiral tool here, and I'm going to hold on Alt and click on my canvas here and change my segment here to 8 and hit the OK button. And I'm going to make this bigger. Yeah, this is better, so I'm going to delete this. All right, yeah, so this is better, so I'm going to rotate this. So right click and flip this. So right click and select transform and say reflect, and I'm going to make sure my option is on vertical, and I'm going to select the OK button. All right, and I'm going to rotate this a bit more and move this down here and make this smaller. So I'm going to position this here. I'm going to start by making my first point there, and I'll make my second point somewhere here and make my last point here, and I'm going to hit the escape key on my keyboard. So I'm going to select the direct selection tool here, and I'm going to zoom in with Control Space Bar. Then I'm going to take out this point by clicking on the point there and hit the delete key on my keyboard. Let's see where we have our part. All right, so this is where I'll click on this, and let's see if I move this down like that. Good. I'm going to drag and select the 2 points. I'm going to go under my shape tool here, and I'm going to select join part 2. And now if I draw a part like that, Illustrator is going to join the part for me. As you can see, I have the parts now joined together. And let's make the same move to this spiral here. And let's see where we have. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the point here and hit the delete key and make the same move here, delete. And now I'm going to select the 2 points. All right, like that, and still make use of the same tool. And I'm going to draw a circle like that and join the parts together. Click and drag again and move this here. All right, then I'm going to group my objects. So I'm going to select the B and hit Control G and move this to this side here, and I'm going to also do the same move here by hitting Control and G. I'm going to right click and select transform and say reflect. So I'm going to select copy here to make a copy of that object there, and I'm going to move this to this side here. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool now to draw an ellipse shape here. All right, and I'm going to click and hold down to activate the sub tools under the text tool. And I'm going to select type on parts here, and I'm going to position my mouse on the part, and I'm going to click and type the name of the brand. We're going to change the color of our design here. So the color we're going to be using here is going to be gold. Why? Because honey comes in orange color. All right, and the darker value of the orange color is gold. So I'm going to be using gold here, and the reason I'm doing this is because I really want to create contrast. If I use orange as the color here, it's going to be difficult for the color to pop on the white background. And I'm going to select the layer, the objects now, and we don't need to select the white background. All right, so I'm going to go to objects menu here and select expand, and I'm going to make sure object is checked, fill is checked, stroke is also checked, and I'm going to select the OK button. So now we can select all the objects, and I'm going to go under my color picker box here and paste the gold color that I plan to use here and select the OK button, and boom, this is our label. And I'm going to show you guys something here. So if you look at the original design, you notice we have this manufactured date, the expiry date, then the phone number and every other information here. So it's not always advisable to have, too many information on the front side of your label. All right, it's not always, okay that way. So what I did to simplify this is I created the back side of the sticker. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the design I made before creating this tutorial. So this is the design. All right, so this is the front side of the sticker, and this is the back this is the back of the sticker, and this is the front of the sticker. So I have another variation of the sticker, which is the the brown color, and we still have the gold color. All right, so here we are now on Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this image here. Okay, good. So let's see the before and after. So this is the after and this is the before. And I believe that you guys will agree with me that the after is far better than the before. All right. And yeah, so this is where I'm going to stop. I'm glad you made it to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see your version of this tutorial. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything you want to share with me, drop it in the comment section of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.